We are live again in windy Odessa. Windy, windy, windy. All right, let's get it. Oh, so windy, so windy. Спасибо. All right, guys, it's live stream time. I'll wait for some of you guys to get online, and then we're gonna live stream it up from Odessa, Ukraine. But for now, you can enjoy the walk. What's up, first viewer? How you living? Welcome to the streets of Odessa, Ukraine. Can you hear me? Give me a shout if you can hear me. You can hit me in the message. Say, "Oh yeah, Pierce, we can definitely hear you." That'd be great. What's up, guys? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Odessa. Does everybody here know where Odessa is? Woo! Shout! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, to start off, guys, we are in Odessa, Ukraine. What's up, Lady Jayiye? I don't know. What's that last name? It's a crazy sound. Crazy, crazy sound. So it's about 5 p.m. here. Got a lot of stuff to see today. A lot of stuff to see. So to start this live stream off, we're gonna walk you guys down to the water, and then we're gonna loop back down to the old town, and we're just gonna do it. That's the whole point. So let's not look at me. Let's look at the beautiful streets of Odessa, Ukraine. Really love this town. Have you guys been here before? Comment if you have. This place is fantastic. Look at this little tour bus guy. Beautiful. So for those of you that don't know, Odessa is one of Ukraine's larger cities, and it's in the southern part of the country on the Black Sea. It's pretty busy today. Next on your list. Ah, okay, so it's good that you're watching. All right, so if it's next on your list, does that mean, woo, geez, too many people. When I was doing the one in Belgrade, it wasn't like this. Wasn't like this. It's too busy out here, too many people. Maybe too many English speakers. They might think I'm crazy. So if it's next on your list, does that mean you're already in Kiev, or is it next on your list just like places you want to visit in your life? What do you mean? Oh, I love this place. They have the cutest coffee shops in Odessa. Absolutely fantastic. Look at this place. They got the antiques. It's nice. Got the old school Russian letters. And I need to find the water. Where is the water? Here we go. Welcome to the stream, guys. Welcome to the stream. Planning trip end of October. Woo! It's gonna be cold. It's starting to get a little chilly out here. I think you're very brave. I'm getting out of here next week because it's starting to get very windy and a little bit chilly. But if you like that vibe, I understand. I'm just I'm a summer boy myself, so I have to be somewhere warm. Sorry about the wind, guys. Hope it's not too bad for you. All right, so favorite things about Ukraine so far: Ladas. These are amazing cars. If you guys have never seen them before, these are also called Zhigulis, and they're old school Soviet cars. Really amazing, you know. Got the nice look, that nice vibe, and people here really use the cars from that time period quite a bit. All right, I need to do this without a map In Izmir, Turkey, you need to escape our heat. Okay, merhaba, nasılsınız? Woo! I was in Izmir for like, I don't know, like a month. Love Izmir. Beautiful city. But I can understand how you need to escape the heat. So maybe in October it would be nice. You can come here to the Perukarnia. I wonder if you can read the Cyrillic. Very important if you come to Ukraine to be able to read the Cyrillic. I learned some Turkish once online, but unfortunately I have forgotten it all as it requires some serious practice because it's not easy. Everything's backwards. All right, so first up we have the Roman Catholic Church of St. Peter the Apostle. Now, it was built in 1913, and it's a French church, but it was only active in the Soviet times. Very interesting. All right, let's take a look at it. Let's take a nice look. Here he is, St. Peter. It says Sanctus Petrus up top here. And I like the style. This actually doesn't really match the style that you find here in Ukraine that often, but this is probably the coolest part of this is they have 4 different masses in 4 different languages. And it seems to be more of a Polish church. And the reason for that is that Catholicism in this part of the world, kind of if you go towards the east of Europe, is much more Polish related. The Poles are notoriously, what's up, Traveling Solo Lodge? What's up, my man? How you doing, Solomon? The Poles are notoriously Catholic. Like, it's one of the most Catholic countries in Europe, and it's actually one of the most religious countries in Europe. But when you go to Eastern Europe, people here are Eastern Orthodox, which is a whole different ball of wax. So, so that maybe that's the reason. There are lots of Polish people who have lived in Ukraine for quite a long period of time, as this country was once part of the Lithuanian Polish Empire. And if you guys haven't heard of that, it's definitely interesting to look up, because there was a whole empire that the Lithuanians were a part of. And that just sounds strange, I know, but it is what it is. All right, let's see what, let's see. All right, let's see what Solomon says. Hope all is well. What's the process of getting into Ukraine? That's a good idea. Good first question, Solomon. But I would say, to give you the answer, you got to like the video. You got to do it. So, what's the process of getting into Ukraine? You basically need 3 things. You need a passport. Very important. You need some sort of vaccination certificate, if you have that. If you don't have that, you can get a PCR test. If you don't have a PCR test, I believe you can get an antibody test. But you need some sort of test. Make sure that your test is valid up to 72 hours for arrival. There you go, man. Because my father and I, we were going to Kiev, and he had a test. But since our flight was like 16 hours from the U.S., we actually had to get a new PCR test at the airport, because it was going to be after 72 hours when we arrive in Ukraine. So it kind of depends, because some countries it's like 72 hours upon departure from the airport and 72 hours upon arrival. So here's an arrival one, which is really stupid, but it is what it is. So there's that passport, some sort of COVID test, and then you actually need insurance to get into Ukraine. So if you go to the website, it's like visitukraine.ua. Visitukraine.ua. You can get insurance, something like 80 euro cents per day. So I paid like 40 euros for like 35 days or something. So it's not that bad. So here we are in the center of Odessa. I hope that was helpful, Solomon. So here we go. Zelda, very famous bar here. They have really nice bars in Odessa. Bars, restaurants, cafes, because Odessa is a beach city. And it's a place that a lot of foreigners come to. Now, this is not your typical foreigners that we would have in the West. These are Turks and Arabs. These are Russians. These are Polish. Anybody who wants to come to the sea from the eastern part of Europe maybe will come to Odessa and will maybe be on this amazing bus. There you go. So, yeah, as I said, this is kind of a beach town. It's a bit of a party city for sure. And it's a town where you can do some really interesting things, both good and hedonistic if you want to. But a lot of people, especially a lot of Russians throughout the years, would come to Odessa to spend money, to party, to talk to pretty girls. And that's kind of still a bit of what the city is about. And they have fantastic architecture in Odessa, much nicer than I think I was expecting, to be honest. Oh, Solo coming in. Thank you, man. Thank you. We got it all, guys. We got it all. Here we go. A man doing some charity for a lady. You gotta love to see that. So now I'm taking you guys to water because it's fantastic and it's something you definitely gotta see. So this is kind of the one of the main drags is a famous street, Katarinska, I guess. And this is an advertisement for a men's club with girls. In this area, there are a lot of strip clubs, to be honest. I'm not a big strip club guy myself, but if that's what you're interested in, when you go to Odessa, there are many options for you. So, yeah, the cool part about one of these streets, I believe this is a walking street later at night, so all the cars, they go away. And then you have the delicious Farsch Burger, which is a place that is a chain through all of Eastern Europe, and they make delicious burgers. And I remember going to Farsch Burger with a friend I made in Tashkent, Uzbekistan, which is pretty crazy that it's all the way out here too. Got lots of stuff. All right, now we're on it. So this is a really famous drag here in Odessa. This is like a lot of bars and banks, so you can pay for your drinks. So they have a burlesque men's club right here, classy. And then you can also get a kebab right there, also very classy. But among all these beautiful, very beautiful buildings, which is nice. So as we go up here, there's a very famous roundabout, and it's nice. See, we got some trendy things here. We keep it really trendy. There you go. We keep it very trendy in Odessa, and this place I like because it reminds me of the Netherlands. It's like a cheese house. They've got beautiful wheels of cheese, which is very fun. For those of you on the chat, you guys have any questions about Odessa, some preliminary questions if you're interested. I'm happy to answer any questions about Ukraine, Odessa, traveling, making money abroad, whatever y'all want to ask, I'm here for. Another great men's club right there, Crazy Daisy. I will not be going into any of these. And let's see, we're going to swap us around here. And so you guys can get the feel of what's going on. I have to say, Odessa is also a city of cafes. You can find amazing, delicious cafes pretty much everywhere you go, all over the place. They seem to have a very strong coffee culture here. And this city is super full in the summer. I imagine in the winter there's probably like 80% less people because it gets pretty darn cold. But during the summer, it's a very full, very nice place. So here we go, walking it out. Going for a little walk. So I think one of my favorite parts about Odessa, they have these really fantastic architectural buildings, and these remind me a lot of St. Petersburg, Russia, especially with these sort of Greek Adonis-like statues. These very adorned windows, the colors. I mean, this is very, for me, this is like Russian Empire, 100%. And then it's cool here because like they have these kind of dual cafes, as I was just saying with the cafe culture. So this is like a beauty salon and a coffee bar, very trendy here in the center of Odessa. So I think a major question that I can answer for you guys if you're watching is, can you function here without reading Cyrillic, right? So you see this, most people, if you're not from this part of the world, you say, God, I don't know what that says, but I can figure out that it's an exchange thing. So the thing is, for me, I find it incredibly helpful to be able to read Cyrillic. And if you come to this part of the world, it's really not so hard. So, like here's a nice example. You've got this beautiful word, 3 oha. Just kidding, guys. It's zona. So I don't know. Take maybe before your trip, before if you come to this part of the world, take, I don't know, 1 or 2 days, and I'm sure you can teach yourself. It's really not hard at all. And if anyone has a language hacking trick, because I do language hacking, you can feel free to ask me. So here's a nice lady. She's taking a photo. She's loving it. And this is a very famous statue of the Catherine the Great. So who is Catherine the Great? Does anybody in the chat know? Let's see. So here we have a lion. We've got Imperatrice Yekaterin II. Okay, wonderful. And then here is Knyazga Potemkin. Potemkin. Oh, and these are his stairs. There he is. And then there's Catherine the Great. So Catherine the Great was one of the Tsarinas, or the queens of the Russian Empire. She ruled, I believe, in the 1700s, and she was that girl that expanded the Russian Empire bigger and bigger and bigger to where it started taking over serious swaths of Europe, of East Asia. So if there's three Russian figures you should know from history, Yekaterina Veliki, the Catherine the Great, Pyotr Veliki, Peter the Great, and of course my personal favorite, Ivan the Terrible, who was notoriously brutal to people, and that's why he was famous. So the other two, much less brutal. Peter the Great, as you can probably imagine by the name, founded St. Petersburg, and that's his city. And Catherine the Great also founded Yekaterinburg, or Catherine's city. So those are two cities named for famous Russians in Russia. How long does it take to get from the airport to the city center? Good question. It was actually really long. It depends when you come in, obviously, but the traffic in Kiev is really bad. So if I could do it again, there's two airports. There's Boryspil, which is the international airport, and then there's the secondary airport, whatever that is. I'm not even sure what it's called. But if you're coming from Boryspil, which is probably the one that you fly to, there's a train, there's a bus, and there's a taxi. So the taxi to the city center is about $20 US, and it took about an hour and 30 minutes because the traffic was horrendous. I think we got in around 11 a.m. It's not in Kiev. It's outside in a city called Boryspil. So I don't know. And then, but there's a train. So you can take, what I would recommend, you can take a train and then it stops off at the first metro station, or you take a taxi to the first metro station and then hop on the metro and probably be in the city within I don't know, 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I think it's much better. It's cheaper. And I wished we did that originally because our taxi driver, oh man, sometimes if you don't speak Russian, it's tough because I've taken a bunch of Ubers here and the Ubers have been phenomenal. Really easy, get in, how it goes. You order it, picks you up, drops you off. But this Uber I took in Kiev, the first one, I was trying to show my dad how amazing Eastern Europe was. And it was the biggest clusterfuck of basically any Uber ride I've ever had. The taxi driver, he just didn't get it. He just didn't get it. So his name was Gregory, right? And Gregory, special guy, So I ordered the Uber. It's on the third, you have to get the Uber on the third floor of the airport. And so what happens was I order the Uber and then he's just not finding us. He's driving in circles and my dad's getting irritated. I'm getting a little irritated. And basically what happens is he calls me in my Russian, not very good, but conversational. So, I can speak Russian, but I can't really understand when people talk to me because I don't have a very good vocabulary. So I know what I want to give to them, but I don't know what they can give back to me. So I'm I'm here, I'm on the third floor. It's going to be great. And he's I'm in a small car. I can't find you. Can you come find me? And I'm dude, I don't speak Russian very well. So anyways, Gregory, he messed up. So he took another 10 minutes. I canceled the Uber. My dad's starting to get frustrated because it was a 25-hour flight, It's not close to the US. And so I'm like, God. So I reorder the Uber, and it's Gregory again. So Gregory picks us up, right? He finally gets us. And then like Uber has a new PIN functionality where I guess you have to put in a PIN or a PIN code or something, that you get from your phone. But because we're not in the US, we can't get the PIN, which is obviously a problem. Oh, it's a drone up there. I should fly my drone here. Would you guys like drone footage from Odessa? Should I do it? I think I should. Anyways, so we do that, and then he's just confused. He pulls over. He like asks somebody off the street if they speak English. It's a mess. And then the guy's like, just bless you, man. It's because Gregory's really confused. And he's like one of those, there's two types of Russian speakers in Russia. Or in the Russian speaking world, there's the really fast, normal people. And then there's the really slow, older people over 50 who kind of fit this like alcoholic man stereotype. He was definitely one of those. So then he starts talking to me about his life and starts talking to me about how he doesn't like his job and how he's been a taxi driver for a long period of time. And I'm like, dude, I don't speak Russian very well, but he keeps talking and talking and talking. And he keeps getting lost, going down different routes. And then finally he drops us off at our location. So if you, by chance, take an Uber, do not get a man named Gregory. All right, guys, we are at the Potemkin stairs. These are the stairs. This is the view. This is the Black Sea. This is the Hotel Odessa. This is the Morski Vokzal, so the sea station, or like port, I guess. And then here's the port of Odessa, so you can see all of the port, all the port-like stuff that you've got. So it's kind of weird because like this is the view, the famous view, but then they put the port here, so obviously it's not the most beautiful view. I'll walk you over to the other side of the water, and it's absolutely phenomenal. But this is the really famous area, which I find confusing. But I think it's just because it's on the city center. So if it was me and I was a city planner, I would have done it a different way because this is not beautiful. But people seem to like it, and that's fine with me. So you can get a photo if you want, or a magnet. You can sit here with the boys. And here we go. Got, who's flying that drone? That's the question. There it is. Maybe I should be flying my drone. All right, there we go. This is a beautiful statue. And I like the kind of Greek-like themes that they're doing here. They have an excursion. This is the excursion bus. And then if we come over here, this is a very famous thing here in the city center. This is the Funicular. So this is a funicular, which can take you up and down the stairs if you're too lazy to walk them, or you cannot get up the stairs yourself. We have an ice cream lady, morozhna, very important word in Russian. And I'm going to walk you to the most beautiful part of Odessa right now. If you're watching the video and haven't hit the like button, definitely shoot me a like, If you're enjoying the content, I'm really trying hard to make these videos, and put a lot of time and effort into it. That's what's important. So here we go. More Odessa. Have you guys been to Odessa? Any of you that are watching right now? And where are you guys from? Give me a little feedback in the chat. Happy to answer some questions or talk back and forth with you guys. 100%. It's just it's nice. I like these live stream days. Walk around, enjoy a little bit of the beautiful day. This is the dog days of summer for sure. Look at these beautiful portraits here. That's actually nice. Nice. And here we go. If you do come to Odessa, this is a very famous part of town, obviously by the buildings, but there's the Hotel Londonskaya, which is a very, very famous place here. And then over here, if you like to go out in the nighttime, there's a very famous bar that's popular with the youth called Dvor 20, or I'm sorry, Dvor 19. I always get those confused in Russian. And it's door number 12. And it seems maybe it's too early to be open, or they're not open on Mondays. I have no idea. But that's the spot. Very, very famous one. All right, so let's keep rolling. So Odessa is a port city. So here you have Odessa, and actually you can see they have the anchor here, which is the city symbol. Pretty cool, and you'll find that all over the place. And as we get to the town hall or whatever situation up here, you'll see the flag of Odessa next to the flag of Ukraine, and it's something definitely worth checking out. So let's walk, guys. Let's walk. So who do we have on the stream right now? I'm curious, type me something, say what's up. All right, here we go. So now we have a beautiful little city center. This is a statue that is dedicated to Pushkinu. So Pushkin, the very famous writer, I believe. Hard for you to see there, but there he is. There's a fountain. There's a crying child for posterity. That's how I feel all the time. There you go. We got some beautiful fish. Look at that. Pretty good. All right. And here we go. This is kind of their, I would say it's their, not parliament, but maybe their mayoral house or something like that. Really, really beautiful building, I think. And then we've got a cannon down over here. So I like the contrast between the red brick and the white. The Russian Empire really went for this Greek style, which I find kind of funny, to be honest. But it's timeless. We've got this beautiful clock up here, 2 Greek figures, Ukrainian flag. And let's see what this house is. I do not know. But there's a sign, so I can figure it out. All right, let's see. This is the Odessa Misarada Vykonovichi Komitet. So maybe the National Committee of Odessa. Here, of course, you have the Odessa anchor once again. And then here, just for added information, let's see who comes out here, is the national trident symbol of Ukraine. You can find that all over Kiev because they're trying to pump up the nationalism a little bit. And that's what's important. All right. Here we go. So now we're going to another very famous place. I'm going to bring you guys up here. But first, let's look at this guy. Anybody know who this is? Comment below if you know. Toss me a like. Comment below. You can do both. We're looking for, I believe, Hippocrates, the god of medicine. I'm not sure, though, to be honest with you. It looks actually like it could be Apollo. But, I'm just one guy. Hard to say. All right. So, up over here, let's do a loop because I want to show you guys this National Museum too. Like when I think of Eastern Europe and I think of Ukraine, I don't think this kind of architecture and these kind of vibes are probably the first thing that come to your mind, but they are becoming the kind of things that come to my mind. So really nice floral patterns here. Very cool. You can see the flowers actually arranged in a kind of star, which is very unique. Look at that. Beautiful. And we've got another beautiful Greek building. It looks like it's going to rain, guys. Don't want to get caught in the rain. It's been downpouring here the end of this summer. And then here we go, the Odessa Museum of Archaeology. So obviously you can see Greek theme again, Greek pillars, got the kind of slanted roofs here, museum. Really, really beautiful stuff here. Really, really beautiful stuff. So here we go. Coming back to the center. Should I go say hi to this cat? All right. Nope, doesn't want me. Doesn't want it. All right, here we go. Do any of you guys watching have any questions? Would like to add anything? Let's see. All right. Great. So here we go. Look, there's a cat house. Nice. I think compared to a lot of places in, let's say, other parts of Eastern Europe, this Odessa actually has a lot of young people, which, as I think I've talked about many times, young people are leaving Eastern Europe for better prospects elsewhere. But it seems that here, young people are alive and well. So I'm going to show you guys the most narcissistic stuff I have ever seen. Are you ready? Let's do it. All right, here we go. So this little thing is a stage where you can stand and it takes 360 video of you with your phone. And if you're an influencer, see, this could be you. Look at that. Isn't that a dream everybody wants? And you can dance and stuff, dance with your girlfriend, you know? Wow. I don't know. What do you guys think? Good? Bad? Hard to say. All right. Not really my thing, but you know, it is what it is. Shout out to those influencers. All right. So probably one of the most fantastic buildings you're going to see in Odessa when you come here is this guy. I believe this is an opera house, but I'm not sure. Does anybody know what this is? Comment below if you do. And unlike many former Soviet cities, the fountain actually completely works here, which is appreciated because normally they don't work. It's nice. Could be a good place to come, you know, sit, have some water, have an ice cream, find a nice Ukrainian girl, you know, the usual stuff. So here we have the German embassy in front of us. Also very, very pretty. We've got some, they keep it with the theme, so you got like a boat, and then you got the gelato thing, got some coffee. Nice. All right, German embassy building. You can see the city center here is really like well kept in general. It's actually pretty nice. They pretty clean, all things being considered. So here we go. We can see the city center here. Should we take a dolphin excursion with this dolphin bus? How cute is that? All right. So let's get a better view of this pretty epic city center. All right, so there we go. Beautiful building. You got the Greek kind of stuff on the top there. Really hard to determine what it is. I think it says there, I believe it's an opera house. I really do believe it's an opera house. And I love this style of building, very classical 1910, 1900s type of Eastern European building. And this whole street, it goes along. And this whole historic city center, it's actually quite large, to be honest. You can see the water from here just a bit. And they've put some nice places for green space here. So it's also very positive. Oh, don't want to get hassled by the guys in horse heads. Don't want it. Do not want it. All right, here we have a beautiful monument to the fallen soldiers of the Soviet Union Red Army. I believe. And Geroj Radyanskogo Soyuza Odshenyi. So if I spoke Russian, I could tell you more about what it is. But we had a question, top chat. Let's see. Ran away from me. How many days do you recommend for exploring Odessa? Oh, that's a nice question. I think Odessa is a pretty manageable city to explore in just a couple days. Kiev seemed a little bit harder to explore because it's actually quite a large city. So if I was going to come to Ukraine, I would do. Oh, this is my favorite little guy. There's a little cute little guy there. Funny. Um, if I was going to come to Odessa, depends. This is more like a relaxation place. So, you spend some time looking at the sea, spend some time walking around the park. There's really good restaurants here. It's really nice architecture. But I mean, like you could see the whole city in one day if you really wanted to. A lot of the attractions, if you come in October, will be closed because it's off season. So a lot of the beach stuff is already closed. The season ends in the first week of September because it's just cold. So I don't know, 1-2 days, probably good. And then I would go to Kiev or to Kharkiv or to Lviv, or you could go east to Dnipro or Zaporozhye. It's a very fun city name. But it really just all depends on you, to be honest. All right. So, yeah, 2 days, 3 days. I like the city, though. It's a really good city. I feel very comfortable here. It's one of my favorite cities that I've been to in Eastern Europe so far, to be honest. All right. So, let's keep it going. Lots of hookah, lots of shisha bars also in Odessa. Shisha bars, cafes to drink coffee, places to eat pizza, and those things. You're quite welcome. You're quite welcome. Happy to answer any questions. And we're gonna keep it rolling. Gonna keep it rolling here. All right. Today I made 2 great videos about Odessa. The first one, I'll take you guys to Prevos Market, and Prevos is this very large central market in Odessa. It's like very Asian style, so they have lots of food to try, lots of things to see, lots of locals buying and selling stuff. It doesn't really match this very European vibe that we have here. And then the next video, I'll talk about a little bit about the history and the politics of Ukraine. So if you guys find that interesting, that'll be out probably in a couple weeks when I'm starting to make my content in Greece. It'll most likely be the deal. So I want to keep going towards the water. So if I do this with no map, where am I? All right, I think I'm going to go this way. The more you go out of the city center, it gets a little bit more rugged, which I really enjoy in general. I know exactly where I am. It's funny, I just walk around at night a lot. Here's another cat. Nice. All right, great. So here's a bar, very famous one. It's called Youth. In Russian or Ukrainian, it's called Molodost. That's a good one. If you want to get your party on, it's always a good place to start. And then if we keep walking this way, we're going to hit a delightful park. But as I was saying about the architecture, very similar to St. Petersburg, you got this guy forever holding up the building. And it's just great because you have this kind of like newer building tucked in with a early 1910s kind of style. If you like Germany, you like the Czech Republic, you're going to love Ukraine. Look at this beautiful Art Deco facade they've got here. I love it. Ukraine is just full of Art Deco stuff, which is my personal favorite kind of architecture. And you're just never going to be disappointed here. So we've got this bus. This is the Fratelli Cafe and Gelato. And then, of course, we've got Bar Ziello. So the goal, guys, for this, oh, look at this steampunk squid. Nice steampunk square. Nice. So guys, if you're on the video, you haven't liked it, you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would say, hey, can you please like the video? And also, you know, toss me a subscribe. Working hard, trying to make cool content for you guys. Something different, you know? A lot of travel vloggers, they go around, they talk about stuff they don't know about. They show you things, they say things incorrectly, they give you wrong information. I'm not trying to do that to you guys. I'm trying to give you the real stuff. I'm trying to give you the real content, you know, and explain why, look at that building, why that building's so damn beautiful. And, oh, here we have another beautiful old bank on Pushkin Street. If you go to any Russian-speaking city, there's always a Pushkin Street. There's always streets dedicated to authors, to poets, to writers, to musicians. And I think when people think of the Russian world, we often think a lot about the sort of, I don't know, the Soviet Union and how negative all of the propaganda and all the things about the Soviet Union were. But the Soviet Union, well, I guess the Russian Empire before the Soviet Union, was full of artists and writers and people, you know, creating culture. And Russia had a great culture for a really long time. Kiev, Odessa, Moscow, these were not just cities where the Soviets were, you know, propagating their future, but it was also a place where people were creating interesting things, beautiful stories, and all that good stuff, you know, which I enjoy. All right, so we're halfway to the park now. This is kind of like the outskirts of the city center, and we will try and find the water again. We'll make it all the way there. But I have walked a lot today because I've already made 2 videos. Been making just videos all day today, so it's been fun. It's been fun. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. For those of you still watching, what can I do for you? What do you want to know about Odessa? Here, I'll let you guys see more. You guys just walk with me. Or if you just want to walk, hang out, come walk and hang out. Walk the streets with me. Maybe I'll just shut up for a couple minutes. Woo. All right, here we go. There you go. You can see you can see the water. You can see a little bit of the older buildings that are less taken care of outside of the city center a little bit. Some old cars. Beautiful. So I guess an interesting note that I'll add is about Ukraine, the Ukrainian language. So here in Odessa, almost everyone speaks Russian as their normal native language, but because I think it's just the proximity plus the tourist culture and economy here. But in Kiev, about 50% of people speak Ukrainian, 50% of people speak Russian. And the more west you go from here, so if you go to Ivano-Frankivsk, I think is the name of it, or you go to Lviv, people there are speaking Ukrainian as the native language every day. And what is the difference between Ukrainian and Russian? Well, Ukrainian is closer to Polish than it is to Russian. So it's kind of like an intermediary language. And actually, it's one of the oldest Slavic languages, apparently, closer to the original Kievan Rus, like form of Slavic that goes back to the antiquity times. Most people here speak at least 2 languages. They speak at least Russian and Ukrainian. It'd be very hard to find a Ukrainian person that doesn't speak Russian. But it would be easier to find a Ukrainian person that doesn't speak Ukrainian. So that means that people now, especially the government, they're really trying to push this national identity in Ukraine. And what goes along with that is making the Ukrainian language more important for the people. So they teach Ukrainian in schools, mandatory. They just passed a law that made the Ukrainian language the first language of the country for businesses and services. So, for example, if you're offering, like a menu or something, should be written in Ukrainian, not in Russian. And third part is that the Ukrainian language is becoming more widely used just in general. And that's kind of been done on a governmental level to create this sort of national identity. This national identity. So they're really trying to tell the Russians, like, hey, we're not Russians. We're just not. So, but it's hard when you're in a country that everybody associates with Russia. For those of us that are a little bit less knowledgeable of Eastern Europe. So, let's find the water. Let's find the water. All right. Let's find the water. Where am I? I know exactly where I am. Nice. All right. So, just beyond here, there's a park. I'm gonna try not to die. And in the park, you can find some beautiful monuments to all the beauty that this city has to offer. I have to say, when I was doing my live stream in Belgrade, people were not looking at me nearly as funny as my live stream here. So I assume there's probably a lot less crazy foreign people talking to themselves, walking around with the camera. But that could just be me. I don't know. Whew. I was going to say, if you are a vlogger out there, a good way to not gain weight while you're doing your vlogging missions is just to walk around the city. So I've probably already walked a solid 10 miles. Yeah. And this was a really nice bread place that I found earlier. Look at that. Beautiful. If there's anything I truly enjoy, it is a nice piece of bread. Look at her. She's loving it. All right. So we're close. We're getting close to the water here. Hope you guys are enjoying the live stream so far. Fun for me, fun for you. Got another beautiful, beautiful building. Look at that. They don't make buildings like that in the United States. This girl's outpacing me right now. I don't like it. Don't like it. If you guys were ever curious what, simple life in Ukraine is like, it's kind of it. It's kind of it. You got a bus stop, a lady waiting for the bus. You got the Marchenko Fitness Center. You've got old cars and new cars. Lots of people moving, lots of people walking around. I do have to say, this is a very, very busy area. And it was just one of my favorite restaurants here. It's called Funicular, and they make super delicious, super tasty Georgian food, which I enjoy. So this is some of the new Odessa that you will find. Big high rises, stuff like that. Something different. But they still keep these traditional old buildings. They don't knock all of them down. Oh, we have a question. Where are the girls better looking? I believe. Where are the girls better looking, Odessa or Belgrade? All right, so thank you for the question. I'm gonna answer it when I get by these younger people that can understand me, maybe. Here we go. All right, so the answer to your question is, I think it's just different. I think the girls in Belgrade are a little bit more plasticky, and they're definitely less chill. So, my own personal experience, it was a lot harder to hang out with people there in Belgrade just in general, a lot less open, which is actually surprising because I thought Balkan people in general are a lot more open, but I find Ukrainians to be a lot more open than Serbians. I think the girls here are great. Everyone's very nice. For me, my own personal style of lady, this is kind of my wheelhouse. And there are the fake awful ones here as well. Odessa probably has more than Kiev just per capita because this is a tourist place with a lot of rich tourists. But I've experienced none of them. And I think overall, I don't know. It depends on you, my man. Depends on you, I would say. But for me, no better place. All right, so here we go. Now we're in this nice large park with a statue of Mr. Shevchenko. I don't know why this is the most common last name in Ukraine, but it really seems to be. There's the man, the myth, the legend. And I see a nice, here you go. Look at these buildings, more beautiful buildings. Nice. All right, let's just go down here. So this is Plyosha Maistriv, which means Maistriv Square. I don't know what Maistriv means. If you guys know, comment below. Can be. We've got, oh, that's actually nice. We've got some benches that are shaped like books. How funny is that? It's kind of badass. I dig it. If you guys are on the live stream, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Got lots of content coming from Moldova, from southern Ukraine, and of course, from Greece in the future, which I'm working on at the moment. Obviously, not working on the content yet, but preparing to work on the content. How about that? That makes more sense. Let's get this to 10 likes. Come on, guys, we're at 8. Hoping for a little bit more. But you know what? It is what it is. It is a cool bench. I agree, man. I agree. All right, here we go. Nice. 9 likes. Thanks, guys. All right. I'm going to keep it rolling. God, I've walked too much today. My legs are already gassed. There's no way I'm doing a 2-hour live stream today. It's just not happening. Do you guys have any other questions about Odessa? This is a walk and talk. So we're walking, we're talking. That's the important part. Ten it is. All right, so let's keep going. God, where's the water, man? Tired? I have to say, Odessa, very clean, very nice. Very clean, very nice. If there's anything you got to know about Ukraine, at least the cities that I've been to, very clean, very nice. I'm sure if you get out of the city centers, it's a lot less clean and a lot less nice. But I find the people of old Ukraine to just be incredibly great so far. And that's what's important. So the question on the table is, how do I communicate to people here? So people speak English to a kind of mediocre degree. Younger people speak English, of course, just like everywhere. Not as good as Serbia, but you can get by. For example, like if you don't read Cyrillic and you get a menu, like very few restaurants have English menus. So if you can't read Cyrillic, that can be a challenge. And if you don't know any Russian language or Ukrainian language, that can also be a challenge for sure. And but yeah, I also speak some pretty basic Russian, so I'm normally able to communicate, no problem. For me, normally it's kind of funny to try to communicate in Russian, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. I can certainly speak more Russian than I can speak Serbian. So if I was able to do it in Serbia, if I was able to do it in Kyrgyzstan, then I'm definitely able to do it here. And the cooler part is like, you know, I blend in because I'm just like a white guy. So people don't really think I'm like some sort of foreigner, some sort of stranger, which is also nice. I'll show you guys this. Look at that. Beautiful. How about that thing? I think probably if you were to go to the villages of Ukraine, there would be no chance you find anybody that speaks English. But since I'm in a big city, it's really not a problem. But like, for example, if I was to, you know, want to go, like, let's say, get a coffee, or that's Ukraine for those of you that don't read Cyrillic. If I was to go get a coffee or something, you know, like, I know it's really green, right? So if I was to go get a coffee, this is kind of what you're stuck with. So if you don't read Cyrillic, there's not really much help for you. So I would suggest learning to read Cyrillic. How much is this water? I need some water, guys. Gotta get my wallet out here. Everybody hold tight. Just gonna put you under my arm for a second. Gotta get the money out. You guys can enjoy the beautiful experience of buying some Ukrainian water. This water is $1. All right, we got it. Woo. So here we go. We've got 50 hryvnias. It's a pretty nice bill. National Bank of Ukraine. It's also another great question. Oh, извините. Можно водичку, да. Водичку means water. Это не газована. Спасибо. Okay. So the question was, is it cheaper than the Balkans? Let me answer you after I get this water. Change. She's got some shawarma. Спасибо. Wow, how nice was that lady? All right. So. Yeah. Yeah, man. Almost a native. She was nice though. She's cute. So the question was, sorry, man, I have to refresh. There was too much stuff going on. I got two questions there. She was very nice. All right. Is it cheaper than the Balkans? Well, I mean, the Balkans is different countries, right? So, is it cheaper than Kosovo? No. I think Odessa might be the most expensive city in Ukraine just because it's like a tourist city. So if you're here, the chance that you're like a Russian tourist or an Arab tourist or an Indian tourist and you're looking to spend money, that's like the reality. So I think the cost of living in Ukraine is pretty expensive just in general in any of the big cities. I'm gonna sit and open this water, guys. Hold on. Let's do this real quick. Oh yeah. All right, I'm gonna get down here. Woo. So, oh, you can't see me. Hold on. There we go. Let's do this. Oh, it's nice. So the cost of living in Ukraine is pretty cheap. I mean, it's probably on par with Belgrade here. I would say it's not the cheapest place in Eastern Europe you can go, but it's certainly a fair price. I don't think you're getting ripped off at all. All right. But yeah, if you go to Lviv, I remember when I was in Lviv in Western Ukraine, it was like the cheapest place that I went to in Europe. I mean, it was crazy cheap. You could get like a full dinner for like €4 or something. Really, really, really cheap. I would kind of put it on par with like Albania. Albania is also ridiculously cheap, and Macedonia also very cheap. So Serbia is probably like the more expensive out of the group, but Odessa certainly isn't the cheapest city you can visit in Ukraine. And I think we had a question: how do you manage money? So I work online. I'm fully digitally nomadic, so I just have a job, and I just need to make sure I am connected to the internet to do that job. And so today's Monday, obviously, so I'm not working today. I work Tuesday through Friday as an English and German language teacher and as a fantastic YouTuber. So, and I'm starting a new consulting business soon. So I've got lots of different, money inputs, and I don't know. You just manage it, and you're good. If I was traveling and not making money, this would be very different. The thing is, it's kind of like not a well-known travel hack, but a travel hack nonetheless, that if you earn a salary from the United States or from Europe, if you live in Eastern Europe or you live in India or you live in wherever, man, then you can basically live like a king on like a ridiculously low salary for the U.S. So, any plans on coming to India? Well, I would love to come to India. Obviously, it's very hard to travel there right now, unfortunately. But I would love to go back. I would love to do like 2 or 3 months in India, start from Rajasthan and just go down, just go all the way south to Kerala and stuff. That would be a dream for me. And then I would love to see Pakistan. And I was actually in East India. I went to Kolkata once, and that was a trip. That was one of the craziest places I have just ever been. So I would love to see more. I'm obsessed with India. I love Indian food, Indian music, Indian women, and I would love to do it. I would love to do more. There's another question by my boy Popcorn. Looks like a very nice city. Is it slow? Are you passing through the less crowded parts of the city? Well, the main point, my man, is that it is off season. So I think if you're here between probably end of May to early September, it's really packed just in the city center. And then it is what it is. But no, this is like a normal day. Just like it's Friday, Monday at like 5 or 6 p.m. I think it's like 6 maybe. So it's kind of I don't know. It's kind of normal. I noticed it's not too crowded. It's not a huge city. It's only 1 million people. So here's a nice little monument to the fallen soldiers of the Afghanistan War, 1979, 1980. So yeah, it's not too crowded here, but it's like nice. It's nice. And if you guys haven't liked the video yet, hit that like button. Trying to get to 10 likes. Yeah, every Soviet country is quite peaceful, and the cool part is they always make green places in Soviet cities like big parks. And so if they make sure the parks are nice or they keep it up, then then you get nice places for grandmas to walk around with their dog and stuff like that. There's a babushka grandma, and this is like a funny thing. It's like people. Well, this is what my ex-Russian girlfriend used to tell me. She used to said Russians love to walk because we don't have any money. So walking is a big pastime for these people, and I think it's something that still is relevant today. All right. Well, hey, thanks for watching and sticking around. I'm really glad you stayed around for the whole time, and hoş bulduk. So all right, I'm gonna take you now to this little city center, not city center, but the kind of big monument. Or actually, let's look over here at the port, and then we'll look at the monument. So I don't know about an abandoned bus station and bunker, but I'm sure this is Eastern Europe. There's endless amounts of abandoned whatever you want to find here. So yeah, I love this place, man. All right, so we've got over here, we've got a pretty epic little statue. But over here you can see really the port of Odessa. So let's pop over here, take a look. So there's the port. You can see the large freight movements that they got here, and this is a really important city for Ukraine in general. And then if you come over here, we're going to find a very nice monument to some fallen soldiers, as they always have in this part of the world. And they actually have an eternal flame that's actually still flaming, which is nice. Nomadic Indian. I don't know Nomadic Indian, but seems to be a good guy. Yeah, I would check it out, you know. I'm a nomadic guy. I'm not a nomadic Indian, but maybe I can check it out for sure. So here we go. So if we go walk a little bit south from here, you'll find a part of the city that is all in the water. It's all very like beach themed, and it's really important because the whole economy here is the summer, and so they have lots of beach bars, beach cafes, beach restaurants, all that good stuff, which is pretty nice. And oh, we've got a man with a Soviet hat playing the accordion. We've got to check that out. Nice. Maybe I should hang out with the nomadic Indian. Seems cool. So here we go. Look at this. Look at this lovely, lovely statue to the fallen soldiers. Got here we go. So this is really important stuff for the Soviets. There we go. Got the eternal flame flaming away. This is 1960. 1960, huh? Uh-huh. I like the nomadic Indian guy. He's going to good places. So we've got the flame here. And the cool part is, you know, people still, if you come up here, people are still putting flowers, you know, they take the memorials to their fallen soldiers really seriously. I think in the US we don't do it so much anymore, but it seems, you know, in countries where people lost a lot, it's really important. So here we go. Let's look at this guy. Well, first we're gonna look at the sea, because the sea is beautiful. All right. Ooh, it is really peaceful, guys. It's nice. Can you guys hear the music? I don't know if it's picking up on my headphones, but this guy's really killing it. He looks great. He's singing about the city, saying "My city, Odessa." A very pretty song, actually. But it's just a nice way to spend, you know, a Monday evening or whatever. You know, it's sometimes nice to chill, nice to take it easy. And I'm glad you guys are doing it with me. Yeah, old classic movies, man. You know, everyone's out here. I think that I like this kind of vibe with the parks. You know, everyone's just walking their dog, hanging out. It's very like, I don't know, it's like quaint. Got another guy. Let's see. You never know what you're gonna find in old Odessa, huh? It's nice though. It's nice. Getting pretty gassed, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna walk you guys down here, and I think this is gonna be the end of the live stream. But I appreciate you guys for sticking around. It's been nice. Thanks for the questions. If you haven't liked the video or subscribed to the channel, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It's very helpful for me. And we're gonna do at least one of these live streams every place I go. So this was the Odessa version, and then best place that I ever visited. Impossible question, man. If you travel as many places as me, it's just an impossible question. Yeah, dude, happy to walk around and show you guys what's what here in Odessa. You can get some soft ice cream. That's what's important. And yeah. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna have a good day, guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. How do I stop this? Well, hey. I figured it out. Thanks for watching, guys.